Hello, welcome to the last episode in this little series on making a game. In the last episode, we added this sort of death screen and another level to the game. I think the last thing for us to do is to make a creature to make the game harder, a creature that can kill us. So one thing we did really early on is we downloaded the Kenny asset pack, and we've got this sprite of characters here. So what I want to do now is just use this character here and add this into the game. So I think what we'll do is we'll get this sprite sheet, and I'm just going to drag it into the sprites. So we've got, we'll call it, well, we'll leave it at that because we're not actually going to use this as it is. I just want to maybe copy some of this. So I'm going to edit the image, and I'm going to copy it. So I need probably from, I'm just wondering how wide they are. I'm looking at the bottom. Can't remember what we decided there were. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. I think they're probably like, well, they look like they're full width, so they're 20, it says at the bottom 26 wide. So if I did selection area, let's just get all of this and copy it and make a new sprite. So sprites, create new sprite. I'm probably just going to leave it at that size for now, and I'm just going to paste it in. Ooh, that's actually not big enough. Pasted image is larger than the canvas. Resize, yes. So it's actually resized it for me. So let's just put them, I'm just going to put them at the top there for now. So I'm going to rename this to, rename it to SB, for sprite B. And what I want to do is I want to go to image, convert image to frames, and this is where we can look at getting them to be the right size. So I think there were 24 wide. That looks a bit big to me. And we were going to need 3 of them, and there's 3 per row. So yeah, that's not right. Oh, I see why. It's because the middle character is really wide. Right, so I am going to put it like that, and I'm going to start again. So we need the space around it because the middle character is really wide. So let's see if we can convert that to frames. Convert to frames. So if I make it a bit longer, we can now see, and if this doesn't work exactly, you might have to move them about a little bit, that they're 24 wide, and that just fits that one in. The height of them is 20. So that looks like that's okay. So I'm going to convert that, and it will replace the existing image. So now we've got 3 images. So we've got this one, and this one. Now, if I play this, I mean, it's very, very fast. Let me just click on the sprite again. We can change the frames a second. I'm going to try 6 and see what that's like. It doesn't look too bad, actually. What I was thinking was we might need to duplicate this frame. So duplicate the frame and move it to here. And now it's going to go down, down, and then it's going to go back up and back up. And I just wondered if that would be a little bit of a smoother animation. Yeah, I think that's okay. So we're going to leave it like that. So again, go through that slowly if you need to. We're essentially copying this, we're chopping it up. So probably an easier way would have been for me to put the grid on and just check for the right size when I did that. But it's looks like the 24 across. So now you've got your sprite, we're going to make an object, create a object. We'll call this O for object, B. And then for the object, we're going to give it a sprite, sprites, SB. And then we're going to go into the room. We'll put it in room 2. We'll not have any in room 1. What we'll do is we'll get the B. We'll just try it here for now. We can put more than one in because we're going to make it so that we can duplicate it. Let's put it. Yeah, let's put the B there. Yeah, we could put it there. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it come down here and back up again. So we've got to perhaps jump over it when it's just here to get it just right. And when it's there, we'll probably crash into it. So you've got to time it just right. And let's see how that plays. We could have it moving all over the place if we wanted to. We could have moving sideways. So to do that, we're going to create a path. A path. I can't see the word path. It's there, look. It's under objects. Path. Right click, create path. And we'll call this P for path, B1, because I might make more than one path. So what we've essentially got, and this is where you may need to look at these numbers, is in the room. Let's go back to room 2. This grid is on 24 pixels right now. So each one of these blocks is 24. So if we want it to move here, it's got to move 24, 24, 24 maybe. If we started from there, 24, 24, 24. So it's got to move 3 24s. So that's 60, 72. So I'm going to move it the same amount. So I think the easiest way to think about this is if we make a grid of 24 and we move it 3 squares. So let's do that. Go to the B path. Let's change the grid to be 24 because we know we've got to move it 3 squares. Let's snap it to the grid. Make sure the grid is centered. So I've got 0 here and then 0 here. So I can zoom in. It says, let's get, it's jumping around all over. Oh dear, don't want to do that. I'm trying to find 0 again. I've moved it. So it's around here. Right. Sorry, I have I have messed this up terribly. Edit, delete. Oh my goodness. I want to remove them. Delete points, delete points, delete points. Right, yeah, I'm moving this around and I've moved the grid and I've got myself confused. So that's 0, 0. I'm going to zoom in. There we go. Zoom in. So 0, 0 is here. So I'm going to click 0, 0 and I want to go 1, 2, 3 down, and then I want to click closed. So it's going to go down here and back up again. So that's the path. Nice and simple. We could have it moving about a little bit if we want to. In that case, I'm not going to do it, but in that case you just click, 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 and then so on. So we might change it in a minute. Go to your B, and then what we need to do is add an event. And we'll do, when we create it, when we create the B object, we're going to do some visual code, just because it's nice and easy to do it this way. And I'm going to search for path, and we can say start following a path. So the path is going to be PB1. So paths PB1. Let's put the speed at 2, same as the player. On the end, we want the path to loop. And absolute means that it's going to be at 0, 0 on the map, and we don't want that, so we won't tick that. Right, so let's go back to the room. Go back to room 1. No, not room 1, room 2. We've got the B. Let's play the game. See if we can. I might make it a bit quicker to complete this level in a minute. I might move the entrance and the exit. So that's the other thing you can do. Right, so now we've got that, and that's quite fast. You probably want to slow that down a bit. So go to your B. I'm going to give it a speed of 1. But that appears to be working. The next step is we go to the player and we do add event, collision with the B. We'll do this in code. Put collides with B. And what we want to do is we need to just do room go to, and then we need to put the name of the room. So room go to, we want the end room, because it's always going to be the end room. It's not going to be the next room. So let's give that a try. So again, I could probably do with getting past the first screen so I can test the game quicker without having to go through this every time. So here, if I collide with the B, let's see if I can jump over it first. No, I failed, but I did hit the B. So maybe that's too difficult. Let me just change room 1, just a second. Room 1. Tell you what I'll do. I'll change the start controller to go to room 2. That will be better. And then when we start, we'll go to room 2. I should have thought of that before. So, okay. What about trying to, no, okay. That's actually really difficult. So this is way too difficult. So let's modify it a little bit. So let's go to the path. I want this maybe to be a bit shorter. So it's at 0.72. I'm going to change it to 48. 40. I can click on there, edit it and change it to 48. And then it doesn't move as much. So that's the first thing I want to try. And then I want to go to the room. And I want to maybe... I'm going to put it there and see what happens. See whether that makes it any better to do it. Nope, I died. Oh, so you can now jump over that. Yeah, that's because we've got no more screens and I've collected the key. So I died again. So you can jump over it, but if you're not careful, it'll get you. Now, we've got press space to start. So what's happening is, if I've got space pressed, it starts again immediately. We could change that just very quickly. So where I've got the start text, I'm just going to edit that. Whoops, not the start text, the end text. I'm going to change that very quickly. I'm going to delete the, oops. I'm going to delete this and put press enter. Press enter. So essentially what we've got is we've got to press another key after we've died, so it's not going to restart straight away. So because we've changed that sprite, it will change on our other thing. The only problem is we're going to need a different controller for room 2, for that end room. So I'm going to duplicate this controller. I'm going to call it O end controller. O end controller. And I'm going to change the key. So inside here we've got go to room 2. I'm going to just delete that event. And I'm going to add another event. Key pressed enter. We'll just do go to room. We'll put go to room room 1 for this, and then we'll play the game. So if I die now, oh, I'm making the same mistake I always make. In room 2, room 2, in the end room. In the end room, I've got this controller, but that's the start controller. I want to get rid of that and swap it for the end controller. So now when I start and crash, I can't get back with the space key. I have to press a different key, and that takes me to there. So that will mean you don't restart instantly. So now all you would do to continue to make this into a full game is you would just add more rooms. So, and then you could maybe have a final ending, you know, if you completed the game at the very end. And you'd never go to the die screen. So in the start room, the start controller, I'm just going to change that back to room 1. So let's just have a complete playthrough again. So you'd collect your key, you'd complete this level, it goes to the next room. It does if you can complete your own level. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. We could have a timer and speedrun it as well. Oh dear. This is embarrassing. Right, so now we've gone to the next room, If I die, it'll take me to the back to the death screen, and if I complete it, it will take me there anyway because I've got no more rooms. So all you would do to complete your game, let me duplicate that room. Let's just finish it off. Room, finished. Let's call it finished room. And all you would do on your finished room is let's just edit the tiles. I'm not going to do any animation or anything, just a quick demo of what you've done. So you've got, I'm just checking I'm editing the right one, the finished room. Yeah, got a horrible feeling I was editing the wrong the wrong room, the actual level. So maybe you just put something on like a flag or something, whatever you want on there. I don't know. And then we'll get rid of those instances. You could have a message. Let's create a quick message. Create a sprite. Let's make it 200 by 100. 200 by 200 will do. Edit. Let's yay you one. That will do. It's just a demo. And then rename it. Rename S win text. And then you'll go to your finish room, and then you could pop that in. Win text. We need to create an asset layer. Here you won. Actually, I just add something else to this. Win text. Edit. Press enter to replay. There we go. And then go back to the room, the finish room. We've got that in there. So enter. To make it work with the enter key, all we need to do is go to the instance layer and drag on the end controller, because that's the one where you've got to press enter, and then it takes you to room 1. We could put a timer in to make it go back to the start screen. That would also work. Might do that in a second. That solid layer we don't need. Delete layer. Let's see if we can put a timer in. We'll put another controller in here. So let's add another object. Create another object. There we go. Another object. Well, let's call it restart. Start timer. Restart timer. And then we'll click on that. And then we'll say add an event. We'll put we'll do alarm note. And then we'll use the visual coding, and we'll say time. We'll alarm note. We'll say room. Go to room, and we'll put it's called the start room. start room. So we just need to set the alarm. So to set the alarm, once this timer is, when the room is made, we'll create in the creation code, the visual code, we're going to set a countdown, set alarm countdown. So we'll set alarm 0 and we'll set it to count down for 10 seconds. So after 10 seconds it will run alarm 0. So it then should trigger alarm 0 and go to the start room. So let's just try that. Hang on. Let's go to the finish room. Let's add the restart timer. Let's put it in the instances layer, the restart timer. We could also put that restart timer in the end room as well, so that after 10 seconds it takes you back to the other screen. And let's try it. So start the game. Oops, I need to click the I shouldn't have made the first level so difficult. It's probably not difficult for most people. Okay, so if I die, I wonder if it's 10 frames. Yeah, that was very quick. It's probably not 10 seconds, it's probably 10 frames, so that's very quick. Let's change it to, let's say 300. See if that's a better number. And I think we're going to wrap it up there, but it should all be good. So you can't die on the first room. So you get your bearings, then let's die. And then after 300 frames, which should be 10 seconds at 30 frames a second, it goes back to the start screen. So it depends whether you want to do that or not. That's up to you. Let's see if we can complete the game. And then all you'd have to do is make more levels and put them in after level 2. Oh, that didn't work. Press enter to restart. It's probably because of the order of the rooms. So that's what oh, it's the room manager, room order. We've got room 1, room 2, end room, finish room. So we need to move that one up. So we've got start, room 1, room 2, finish. All these little bugs. Find that sometimes it's the polishing and finishing the game takes longer than it does to make the game itself. I wish I could play it better. Oh dear. Right, boom. There we go. There you go. You won. Press enter to replay. And then after 10 seconds, it goes back to here. So there we have an absolutely completed game. All that you would do now is add more rooms, add more enemies and creatures, and do other stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope that was useful, and it'd be good to see what you've made with it. Thanks.